The rise and fall of Alabama's legendary dynasty. They weren't just good, they were terrifying. For more than a decade, Alabama didn't just win. They dominated, crushed, and redefined what a college football dynasty looked like. Nick Saban's Crimson Tide were more machine than team. But nothing lasts forever. Now, with their legendary coach gone and other programs rising fast, fans and critics alike are asking the same chilling question. Is the Alabama dynasty finally over? The origin of the standard. Before there was Saban, there was Bryant. Bear Bryant didn't just coach Alabama, he built it. Taking over in 1958, he turned a struggling team into a national powerhouse, winning 6 national titles and instilling a culture of relentless discipline. His signature houndstooth hat became a symbol of intimidation, and the Alabama standard became a real thing, not just a phrase. Bryant made winning feel inevitable. And when he left, so did the certainty. Post-Bryant chaos. After Bryant's retirement and death in 1983, Alabama football spun out of control. Coaches came and went. Ray Perkins couldn't keep up. Bill Curry was forced out despite success. Mike DuBose fired amid scandal. Mike Shula? A complete rebuild project that never took off. Alabama's prestige began to fade. The once feared program became beatable. Add NCAA sanctions, scholarship reductions, and a carousel of disappointing seasons. And suddenly, Alabama wasn't elite anymore. They were lost in their own legacy. The savior appears. Then, in 2007, everything changed. Alabama hired a man who just flamed out in the NFL, Nick Saban. Fans were skeptical, but Saban came with a plan. The process. Every detail mattered. Every practice rep. Every recruit. In his second season, Alabama went undefeated in the regular season. By year 3, a national title. The dominance had returned, but this time, it was more surgical, more systematic, and somehow even scarier. The Golden Era. From 2009 to 2020, Alabama didn't just win titles. They collected them. 6 national championships, dozens of first-round NFL picks, a revolving door of 5-star talent. What made Saban's run unique was consistency. He didn't rebuild. He reloaded. Lose a Heisman winner? No problem. The next one was already warming up. Under Saban, Alabama produced Julio Jones, Amari Cooper, Derrick Henry, Tua Tagovailoa, Devonta Smith, Bryce Young. The list goes on. The offense evolved. The defense remained elite. And the intimidation factor? Sky high. Teams weren't just trying to beat Alabama. They were trying to survive them. The shift. But around 2021, the dominance didn't feel quite so absolute. Yes, Alabama still won. But the margins were tighter. The defense gave up more big plays. The offense became more inconsistent. In 2022, they lost to Tennessee and LSU. No playoff. In 2023, they struggled early, barely escaping USF. Then Texas walked into Tuscaloosa and handed Bama a loss on their own field. Even wins felt shakier. They needed a miracle to beat Auburn. Then they lost to Michigan in the playoff. For the first time in years, Alabama felt human. The retirement that shook college football. In early 2024, Nick Saban shocked the college football world. He was retiring. After 17 years, 6 national titles, and one of the greatest runs in sports history, the Emperor stepped down. His replacement? Kalen DeBoer, an excellent coach, but stepping into a near-impossible situation. No one can truly replace Saban. Not in recruiting, not in development, not in sheer presence. And suddenly, Alabama's future wasn't just uncertain. It was unstable. The dynasty cracks. With Saban gone, cracks began to widen. Other programs had already started catching up. Georgia was built in Saban's image, and better funded. Texas and Oklahoma were now SEC-bound. Oregon, FSU, and Michigan were on the rise. NIL money changed the game. The transfer portal created chaos. Alabama, once the predator, started looking over its shoulder. Can DeBoer maintain recruiting dominance? Will top-tier coordinators still come to Tuscaloosa without Saban's pull? The machine may still be running, but it doesn't feel invincible anymore. NIL and the new arms race. In the past, Alabama's pitch was simple. Come here, win championships, go to the NFL. But now there's a new pitch dominating recruiting rooms. NIL money. Name, image, and likeness deals have shifted the power dynamic. Programs with deep-pocketed boosters are flashing million-dollar checks at high schoolers. Places like Texas A&M, Miami, and Oregon have become major players overnight, not because of tradition, but because of cash. And while Alabama is trying to adapt, Saban warned before his exit, the current model is unsustainable. Players are choosing payouts over development. Culture is harder to maintain. And Alabama's once clear recruiting edge? It's now a coin toss. The transfer portal chaos. Add to that the madness of the transfer portal. In the Saban era, development was king. Freshmen waited their turn, bulked up, and learned the system. Now, if a player isn't starting by year 2, they're gone. This has hit every program, but for Alabama, where competition was a badge of honor, it's a system shock. Depth charts used to be stacked with future stars. Now, they're riddled with uncertainty. One injury, one bad week, and your backup is suddenly starting, with minimal experience. The stability that once defined Alabama has turned volatile. A new SEC order. The SEC isn't just Alabama's playground anymore. Georgia has taken the throne with back-to-back national titles and a machine of its own. LSU, with Brian Kelly, looks dangerous. And now Texas and Oklahoma are joining the mix. These aren't the rebuilding teams of old. These are revenue-rich powerhouses. Recruiting is getting tighter. Schedules are getting harder. And in this new gauntlet, one thing's clear. Alabama won't have any more easy runs to the playoffs. Every Saturday will be a war. And the margin for error? Razor thin. What happens now? So where does Alabama go from here? The legacy is still intact. The championships aren't going anywhere. But the aura, the fear factor, has been chipped away. In today's college football, dynasties are harder to maintain than ever. Too many variables. Too much money. Too much movement. DeBoer could be great. He might even win big. But a Saban-level empire? That's nearly impossible. The question isn't whether Alabama will be good. They will. The question is whether they'll ever dominate again. And that might be the one thing money, history, and tradition can't guarantee. Hey, real quick. If you're loving the college football content, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the End Zone U. Why? Because every like tells YouTube, hey, people are into this. That means our videos get shown to more college football fans, just like you. When you comment, it actually boosts the video and kicks off real debates. We read every single one, and yeah, we see the hot takes. And when you subscribe, that's a game changer. You stay updated, and YouTube puts us higher in the feed so more fans find our content. So, if you're into top 10s, bold predictions, and real CFB talk, hit that button. Welcome to the huddle. This is the End Zone U.